Good morning from the waterfall campsite on Nasmith Creek. It is 6 a.m. on Monday, August 5th. A little bit chilly this morning, but we've got some beautiful clear skies. It is supposed to rain today. Last I saw in the forecast on Thursday. Okay, I'm just getting my breakfast going here. Today I am having a wrap for breakfast, and I'm using this OTG Meals package of eggs. So all that's in here is 2 scrambled eggs. That's it. There's nothing else in it. Normally I would bring salsa and cheese to go with it, but I can't have either of those things right now. So I'm gonna make a wrap, and I've already done the boiling water. It's waiting. I'm waiting the 15 minutes for them to rehydrate. So they're sitting there waiting. And over here I have my wrap, and I have 1 cooked breakfast sausage left that I brought in with me. I'm gonna chop that up, and I'm gonna put it in the wrap with the scrambled eggs and some salt, and that's gonna be my breakfast for today. Bit of a clever idea. I chopped up my sausage and I was like, it'd be nice if it was warm too. So I thought, why not just toss it in the bag with the eggs, because it's really warm in there, and that should heat up the sausages, so I'm gonna do that. So there's the 2 scrambled eggs. It's actually quite a bit, and I've got my sausage mixed in there. Put a little bit of salt. I tasted some of it. I thought it was going to be salty, like a lot of freeze-dried meals are very salty, but it didn't have any flavor at all to it, so I put a little bit of salt on it. I'm going to wrap it up, and I'm going to eat it. I've actually made a pretty big wrap. This is a medium-sized tortilla. I think it's 10 inches, and filled it right up. Oh, this is good. It's plain and simple. The sausages add some pop. Would be great if I had some salsa in it or something else mixed in it. Some cheese would be beautiful. But it's good with just the sausage too. Another excellent product, OTG. Thanks, guys. Alright, it is time to say goodbye to my beautiful campsite here at the waterfalls. It's about 8:15, and got everything packed up. I'm going to take the canoe down first. It's only about a 5-minute walk. I checked it yesterday. So, and then I'll come back and grab the pack, and then I'll be on my way. I think I have a lift over right away, and then I don't have anything for a while. I think today I'm looking at a 300 meter, a 600 meter, and a 450 meter portage, and the rest of it is all paddling. And I'm heading to the Obabika River to camp there. So here's what I meant about the trail being very overgrown. I'm holding the camera at chest height. This is how high the ferns and bushes and stuff are. Here's a shot just to show you how high the ferns are on the trail and the bushes alongside. I just put on my pack and I thought, wow, it's getting a lot lighter. But I haven't really lost that much weight out of the pack. I mean, think about it, like my food bag is like 10 pounds maybe. Okay, so maybe I've lost 4 or 5. It's not that much. I think it's just because I'm fresh today. Even the canoe, like the first time I put it on and start walking with it, I'm like, this canoe's great, it's so light, it's a breeze, you know. But then by the end of yesterday I was like, oh my god, this thing's so heavy, I'm dying. Anyway, say goodbye to my waterfalls over there. I guess I have to go that way. And I really enjoyed staying there, but I'm also looking forward to not hearing the whoosh sound anymore. It's kind of like when you're on a plane, you know, you just can't get away from it. I did wear the earplugs last night, but I could still hear it so loudly. But it did help with the noises anyways. So, yeah, off I go. Alright, we're off. Very late start today, but that's okay. I think this is the most beautiful time of the day. Like, look at it, it's gorgeous. Now, according to my map, there's a liftover pretty close to here. I have no doubt there's lots of liftovers. Oh, it's so pretty out. Do you hear some waterfalls or maybe a beaver dam? Not sure. Oh, I still have my leftover, of course. Just through here and around there. No big deal. Quite pretty. Just stopped there to do a little changeover while I was out of the boat. I've been starting off my day with my long sleeve on the last 2 mornings because it's been chilly when I get up. And even this morning after I had my breakfast, when I went to pack up my tent, I sat inside my sleeping bag while I was putting my clothes and stuff away because I was so chilly. So after doing that small little end of the portage and then that liftover, I was warm enough to take off my long sleeve, and I'm actually not wearing my bug shirt right now. I'm not sure how long that's going to last. I do have it easily accessible if I need it, but I thought I'll give it a try. I'm going to be paddling on this creek here. I believe it's still the Nasmith. I've got a lot of wiggly woggly, so even though it looks like a short distance on the map, it's probably going to take a while because it's all like S-curves. And then that should bring me right into LaHaye Lake. And then once I paddle through LaHaye, I've got my first real portage, which is 300 meters. Well, I made it pretty far before I got to an obstruction where I have to lift over. Actually, this log is moving. I might be able to just drag it out of the way. It was actually just as easy as I thought it would be, which is incredible. I think that's the first time I've ever moved a log with my canoe. Basically, I just grabbed the end of it here with my paddle and pushed it and kind of had to maneuver myself out of the way and just kept pushing it. So now I don't have to get out. And no one else does either. Got a family of ducks in front of me. I hate when they do this because I feel like I'm chasing them. I want them to like just pull over. 6 babies and a mama. Off they go. Sorry guys. I'm pretty good. Actually, I have been paddling through this waterway, so it hasn't taken me forever like yesterday. I had just a couple of little blockages that I could just push the canoe over without getting out. I'm just at the very end of the Nasmith Creek, entering LaHaye Lake, and I am super happy to be here. So I'm going to make my way to the east side of LaHaye. There's a portage there that I need to take. It's like 300 meters into the next lake. Alright, I have located the campsite on LaHaye, which is also the portage. I just checked my map. There's no name on the lake, so I guess I'm heading into No Name Lake. And off I go. I just got up on the shore and there's a giant grouse sitting here. Hi. He's not sure what to do. Oh, he doesn't see a lot of people here. Good morning, Mr. Grouse. How are you? He's just standing there. He doesn't know what to do. Oh, there he goes. Well, I was quite surprised to find this on the site. Looks like it used to be maybe a cabin a long time ago. Very interesting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to No Name Lake. Quite pretty. Portage was decent. A little bit incline there, probably the second half, the whole second half, but just a gradual incline, not like the stuff 2 days ago. So it's a nice mix today, you know, the 3 portages. It was harder with my pack than the canoe. It's just a log there. Yeah, I've got, you know, the 3 portages, but then I also have quite a bit of paddling on the Obabika River. All right, it is 10:15, and I've made it back to my canoe and to No Name Lake 1 on the other side of the LaHaye Lake portage. I'm just paddling through No Name Lake number 1. I checked the Friends of Temagami map and it doesn't have a name on it there either, so I'm going to call them No Name 1 and No Name 2. Just heading towards the portage. Well, I have reached the portage from No Name Lake 1 into No Name Lake 2. And this one is 600 meters. Well, I'm just a few minutes in, but really nice portage so far. I was a little bit worried about the portages today after yesterday because the state of them seemed to be kind of diminishing, like as I was getting further away from like the more popular areas and closer to Obabika River. The portages were getting thicker and kind of harder to find, and so I was kind of concerned about today. So I'm very, very happy right now. Well, in just 10 minutes I have made it from unnamed Lake 1 to unnamed Lake 2. I hope this isn't going to be a problem. I was like, oh great, sucky muck. It's not, it's that boggy grass. It looks like it's dried out enough for me, I hope. So I'll find out if I hit a hole any second and go bloop. Good stuff, it's hiding in there. I've got it right beside a log, and right in front of it there's open water. Well, enough water. So when I get here with the pack, I just have to jump on that log and slide the canoe up about the length of itself, really, and then drop the backpack in, and I should be able to get out from there. I'll have to get the pack. See, a lot of times when you're going one way, you don't notice that you're on a slope. Meanwhile, on the way back, I can really tell. Noticed a whole bunch of Indian pipe on this trail, which is cool. I just saw some for the first time on, I think it was Friday, on the first portage. I'm pretty sure this is why we took gymnastics as kids, so we could walk on the balance beams of nature while we're trying to get out of a swamp on a canoe trip. Really pretty here. Lots of lily pads. Just before I get out into the lake. Alright, through the lily pads and the grasses, I have spotted the portage sign from No Name Lake 2 into the Obabika River. I'm standing here at the start of the portage and I'm just kind of fumbling around. I don't really want to do it. I've lost my pep. Last one of the day. And then just lift over probably. Okay, come on, let's get going. This is a really decent portage. It's really rocky and lumpy, so you have to watch your step a lot. But there's just one spot where it goes down like a big ditch. And I don't know how I'm going to get up there with the canoe. The river looks great. I can't wait to jump in. I mean, start paddling and get on my way. I gotta go get the canoe first. So here's the tricky part. I don't know if I have the canoe from here. Maybe I can just like slide it across. I don't know. I had to use that tree to get me up with the backpack. It's pretty steep, but that's my only issue. And that's the end of the portages for today, so I'm not too upset about it or worried about it. I'll get it there. Alright, so this is what I did. I stopped there, put the nose down, flipped it over. Now I'm going to push it forward. I'll walk through myself and then just pick the canoe up and keep on going. Not that hard. Well, it's 12:15 and I am at the Obabika River. Super happy. I only have 4 kilometers between here and my campsite. Now on the map it looks like it's 2 kilometers, so I'm guessing that the 4 kilometers is the, you know, because it's an S, it's kind of double the amount of kilometers. I'm not sure. I mean, I'll get there when I get there, but I'm super excited because I kind of guesstimated that I would be here around noon. I was hoping, and I actually made it. So this is me moving without paddling. And when I was on the other lakes this morning, the wind was going against me on all of them, which I'm going in the same direction, obviously, as I am now. And I thought, oh, I wonder what it's going to be like with the current going one way and the wind going the other way. But as you can see, I don't know if you can hear the wind. I can hear it up in the trees, but I don't see it here at all. So I am going to paddle, obviously, but I just thought it's kind of nice. On the creek, on Nasmith Creek yesterday, it was a lot of these like little bushes here, and thick all along the shore. And now behind them there's very sparse of those bushes, and then big huge trees in behind. It's so pretty. Really like it. Got a little friend hitching a ride with me. Quite pretty. Well, I've been paddling on the Obabika River for about 20 minutes now. I am loving it. I have not had one obstruction yet. Probably gonna say that, and then I'm probably gonna come across one. But bugs are great. There are lots of deer flies here, and they're buzzing around, but they're not biting me. I do have a lot of bug spray on. I wouldn't say a lot, but every morning when I get up and I go to change my clothes and stuff, I give myself a once over with the deep woods off. I'm loving the beautiful scenery. I'm loving the beautiful big trees along the side of the river. And I'm super excited to see what my campsite's gonna look like. I'm hopeful now that I will see it within the next, I don't know, hour or so. And it's not gonna be like an 8-hour day of traveling today, which is awesome. I'm almost at my campsite and I finally got a lift over. At least it's not too difficult, but I just thought that was kind of funny. I've got myself in a bit of a pickle. This log, this big, huge log, it actually moves. And so I got out of the canoe and I went to step on it and it started rolling under my foot. So I'm like, okay. So I got the canoe halfway over, and then there's another log here that was stopping it. So I go to stand on that one. That one goes down too. So now I'm kind of stuck. I've got half the canoe over the log and the other half is still on the other side of the log. And I don't know how to get it over. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to maybe sit on the log and push it. I don't know. I gotta figure something out. I'm like 3 turny things away from the campsite. Of course, right? Always the way. Well, that was a fun little adventure too. end my journey for the day. Not that I'm at the campsite yet, but I guess you never know, something else might come up. But I just basically had to keep stepping on one log and then moving the canoe and then stepping on the other one and then pushing it. And then I finally got to a point where I could just take my paddle apart and push off the logs and get off of it. But that was such a surprise when I went to step on the log and it just started sinking. I was like, oh no, don't get out. So I kept one foot in the boat and then I just kind of kept moving it along, pushing on the log and shifting my weight back and forth. Anyway, so much fun here. All right, what's next? Close to the campsite, and I just came across this monstrosity here, so gotta do another lift over. Check the log, make sure it's not moving before I jump on top of it. I think I'm gonna actually go down that one. A little more gymnastics today, and then I should be able just to squeeze through there. All right, here we go. Up literally right around the bend, and there's the campsite. It doesn't look like anything spectacular. I hope it's nicer up top. Let's go take a peek. All right, it's 1:15, and I have made it to my campsite. I hope it's pretty. I'm a little scared. It's super overgrown. There's a trail going to where? On the right track. Holy crap, look at this. It's so grown over. Oh, okay. Well, here's the road, and this is just beautiful. Well, there's lots of firewood and bugs. And okay. Wow. This has got to be the worst campsite I've ever seen. Okay, I'm going to go across the logging campsite is right across from here. Doesn't look any more spectacular, but maybe it's better. It's got to be better. Anything is better. All right, so literally can't find the sign, can't find the sign, can't find the sign. Go around, go back. Found the sign. The portage and the campsite are together again. So I'm just trying to figure out how to get out because I've got that much room. I'm just going to crawl to the front of the canoe and pull it up because this is just a sheer drop. Come on, we can check it out together. Alright, there's the path. Please be pretty somewhere, somehow. Open up to the water. Be nice. I think. Okay. Well, there's an open spot where wind can blow through, so that's a plus. I have a little bit of firewood and some kindling. I've got the roaring shush of the water again. It's a nice, very nice flat spot for my tent. There's the water. Alright, well here's the end of the portage, which would have to go to the water, right? What do we got? A little place to swim, something. Nice little view. Anything? Place to hang my hammock. Something. Oh, okay. Okay. Anyway. Well, there's the portage sign. Okay, well I can swim here at least. Part of me is like, just paddled around lake. You can make it. It's only 1:30. Oh well. Hopefully no one comes through the portage to visit me. Found a little path that had been overgrown that comes down to these rocks here. And there's one that has like a nice little bum ledge where I can sit perfectly and eat my lunch. Alright, there's my tuna. My can actually says that it expired. Oh, is that February 2018? Oh, it's a 2016. I don't have my glasses on. That says 2018. So it's a little expired, but it smells fine. It's tuna in a can. I mean, how bad can it get? So I'm gonna eat this and sit here and the water. Original forecast from Thursday. It's supposed to be 10 to 15 millimeters of rain today. Now, it's been a beautiful sunny day all day, but of course, about a half an hour after I got here and started setting up and I was getting ready to go swimming, it started getting overcast and the wind started picking up, and it just feels like that rain is coming. So I dragged this little tarp around all weekend, I guess. So I figured I might as well make use of it. If there's going to be, if it's going to rain tonight during my dinner, I need to be able to cook and have a place to sit and make breakfast. It only takes 2 seconds to put it up. So there were a couple of those big, huge logs that were sitting by the fire pit there. So I moved them over here. I laid one on its side because it's the perfect height for sitting. I brought another one over to use as a table. I've got my pots and pans there. Food bag is just close by for now. Got some water, and I'm all set. My tent is over here. It's all set up too, and got my bathing suit there ready to go. I was just about to put it on and go for a swim. So I have to do one more job, make my special privy, and then once that's done, I'm going for a swim. I don't care if it's cloudy or sunny or windy or what. I need to go for a swim. I am hot. All right, there's my fancy box. Dug a nice deep hole in there. Dirt's over there, so you can even see the top. I just cut like a piece out, and then there's some dirt in the pile. Got a nice 4 square this time. It's on a little bit of a hill. It would be nice if it was a little bit higher up. It's kind of low for me, but I do have my friend the tree here to help me. I did go for a swim, but it's a terrible place to go swimming, so just for the record, if you're looking for a nice campsite to go swimming at, don't camp on this campsite. Or the other one, I'm assuming it's all same on the other end of the portage. So it's really like white sand, and you're like, oh man, this is like white sand. It's like powder. It's so pretty. And then you go to step in it, and it's like Muskoka sucky muck. It just goes whoosh. I took 2 steps into the water, and I was like to my knees almost in sucky muck, and I'm like, I couldn't get out. Then when I went to walk, all the stuff stirred up, so it was all over me. So I thought, this is going against the purpose of me going in the water. What the hell? So I went over by the rocks where the waterfalls are, and I could just take 2 steps. I kind of slid off the rocks, and I took 2 steps into the water and then just jumped and just, you know, tried to wash myself as best as I can, but I wouldn't be surprised if I had like a white sandy film on me. Alright, well, it's still thundering, I think. Over there, maybe. Well, it's 5:20, and it's thundering like crazy, crackling. I tried to film it a few minutes ago, and all you can hear is shh. All you can hear is the waterfalls, and I have to remember to speak up because I don't even know if you can hear me. So it's a really good thing that I stayed here today and I didn't try to push on to Round Lake, because hopefully you heard that. That was really loud. I'd probably still be out on the water, and I'd have to just pull over somewhere random, and pulling over somewhere random here and making a spot is not easy. Even on that campsite over there where it was a campsite, I don't know where I would have set up. Like, it was just terrible. So it's so dense here and there's so much forest and it's really hard. So anyways, I'm gonna start making dinner. What I have is creamy bacon carbonara sidekicks. The reason they're creamy is because you're supposed to put milk in it, but I just use 2 cups of water because I can't have milk, and plus how are you gonna have milk out here? And then I have a can of cocktail shrimp. So I'm gonna mix this in. I'm just gonna add a little bit more water than normal, just to accommodate for the extra whatever, and then I might have to simmer them longer. But so basically I'm gonna bring 2 cups of water to a boil, super easy. Stir in the pasta, turn it down to medium heat once it boils again, and then it's supposed to take like 8 minutes. So maybe it'll take a little longer out here, I don't know, my stove is pretty powerful. I'm gonna mix the shrimp right in. Usually I bring shrimp and crab meat, and I do garlic Alfredo fettuccine, which is really good. And then I'll bring like bacon from home and some fresh basil, and you know, mix a bunch of stuff in it. But today I'm just like super easy. I can't eat much. I can't eat the basil and all that fresh stuff, and you know, asparagus and whatever that I could have brought for it, or any type of vegetables. So I just kept it simple, packaged the stuff, some shrimp, and I'm gonna sit here and eat it, and it's gonna be good, and I can't wait because I'm starving. Too hot. Very good. Would be really good with some cheese on it. Really, really good. It's very hot though. It'll take a while to eat it. Bon appetit. Well, I seem to have lucked out. It's about 10 after 7. The sun's coming out now. Well, it's out actually. There's not much, well, it's behind some clouds, but it's kind of out. Anyway, it doesn't look like it's gonna rain again, at least for a while, and I was really missing my hammock time, so I set it up. It only takes like a couple of minutes, literally, like I can set the thing up in like 3 minutes. So I put it up, and I'm gonna read my book for a while. I got a bunch of reading done yesterday, and now I'm like, I wonder what happened. I want to see what happened. So, well, it's 20 after 8. Took a break from my reading to take the tarp down. I just have the bag of water hanging up there, and my pots and pans. And my socks are still trying to dry, but they're not having any success. And I got everything else packed up and put away, so now I can get back to reading. Hey, well, it is 9:15 on Monday, August 5th, and it is my last night on my trip, and I'm kind of bummed, but I'm also excited because it's always nice to get back to the real world, I guess. I don't know to say nice, but you know, the comforts, Netflix and bathtubs and showers and food. I haven't been eating much this trip. My colitis seems to be better now. Maybe my trip cured it, I don't know, but I was in a really bad flare a couple weeks before I left, and I don't know. But anyways, it was a good day today. Not anything crazy, you know. I had the 3 portages, and then I had a bit of paddling down the creeks and the river, and all good. Only a couple of stoppages or blockage or liftovers or whatever. And then I got to this campsite. I was pretty disappointed, first of all, when I went to the one across the way. And then when I got to this one, I was like, well, at least I can camp here. But part of me kept thinking, you know what? How many hours would it take me to get to Round? I'm glad I didn't do that, because I would have got caught in the thunderstorms on the water. I know I wouldn't have made it. There's no way. It's just way too far. So I made the right choice staying, and no one walked through the campsite, so it was fine. So good day. Campsite was good after all. Tomorrow I've got about 30 kilometers of paddling to do on the Obabika River, and then I have to make like a tight left turn into this little creek pathway, whatever, into Round. I hope that's open because it is getting later in the season. And then I have like 3.5 kilometers to paddle on Round. So I think a total of like 30 kilometers of paddling. I am going with the current on the river, and hopefully there aren't too many beaver dams and blockages and that kind of stuff on the way. I'm thinking it should take me about 6 hours to get to my car or something like that. I do have a portage at the end. It's about 130 meters. It says to the campsite, and then there's road from there. So I'm thinking maybe 300, 400 meters, not a big portage. Anyways, I'm going to go finish my book. Got about 20 pages left, and I'm going to get to bed soon. Good night. Well, it's 4 in the morning, and I've just had a big storm for about the last hour. I have been waking up at exactly 2:38 the last 2 or 3 nights to go to the bathroom, and I missed it. I was so mad. I woke up at 3 just as it started to rain, and then it poured and it poured and it poured, and I'm like, I gotta pee so bad. And then thunder and lightning. It sounded like it came from 2 different directions. I heard thunder from far away off of one side, and then it was up close on the other side, and then they kind of met, and then it was like crazy downpour. And then it finally slowed down. So I ran out for my little break there as soon as it slowed down, and it was barely raining. But outside around my tent, especially in the front, it's just like a big huge swamp. There's so much water out there. Everything seems to be dry in my tent. I just took all my clothes are in Ziplocs anyways. I keep them like that, but I just threw them in a big plastic bag just in case, and everyth's dry, so it's no big deal. Anyways, the rain has slowed down. Hopefully that's it. I hope it's not thunder tomorrow, because I won't be able to travel, because it's all water travel tomorrow. So I'm going to try to get back to sleep, and hopefully it's nice and sunny when I get up.